Hi, my name is Marcus Egan. I'm a senior product manager here at MongoDB. If you're looking to add rich search features to your applications, you're in the right place. I'm going to talk a bit about what MongoDB Atlas Search is, but I'm mostly going to show you around. Okay, so MongoDB Atlas Search is an embedded full-text search solution that gives developers a seamless and scalable experience for building fast, relevance-based features. You don't have to worry about managing infrastructure or complex setup, and you get all the features like typo tolerance and language analyzers that come with Lucene. Let me show you around. So this is my cluster. I'm going to click into collections here, and you'll see the sample data set. So sample Airbnb, listings and reviews, looks like a good search collection soon to be indexed. Lots of text. I'm going to show you how easy it is to create one of these. So we'll use the JSON editor so you can see what the default index looks like in code. This will index all the documents in the collection and all the fields in those documents. They'll all be searchable. In 2 minutes, you'll be able to query this search index with natural language. So taking a step back, let's remove some of the size of this index. The way we can do that is by specifying the fields we want to index. Some of these we'll never search on. Some of them we don't need to search on today. So let's just limit it to name, summary, and last scraped. So we'll create another index. This time we'll use the visual editor so you'll have a better idea about what's going on. Name it a few fields, descriptive, and refine index will allow you to begin to specify fields. Now we're going to turn off dynamic mapping this time. We don't want all the fields. We're going to specify only the fields that we need and the types of those fields. So name. The visual editor will also guide you down the path of creating this index. Like if you select enable dynamic mapping, it'll say you need to add a type. So no problem. We'll leave this at standard. We won't make any changes here because the name could be in a few different languages. And we also want to ensure that store is true because we want to use the Lucene highlighter on the name field. We'll add another field here, summary, a very similar index definition. The difference here is we're going to change the analyzer to Lucene.English because all the summaries are in English, I think. And let's add the last scraped field. So just so you can get a sense of the process here. Now, specifying a date data type gives you access to other query operators. Typically, the data types on the indexing side expose or unlock capabilities on the query side. With the date operator, you can influence relevance scores with the near operator. So this looks good to me. Oh, I don't want any dynamic mappings, so I'll turn this off. So I think this looks good. We're all set. So now I'll show you what it looks like to create one of these indexes with the API. We don't need this one anymore. And this is what it looks like. Specify the collection name, the database, and then you include your JSON index definition. And All the other parameters you typically use with the Atlas API. And there's the try again index. Now I'm going to query the few fields index just to show you what it looks like. You click query from an index after you've created it and it's built. You get to the search tester. And I'm going to do all caps Paris to demonstrate some of the power and flexibility of Atlas Search. And there you have it. All caps Paris returning documents with, the proper noun casing of Paris. And you can also see the entire document. So see all the fields here, but you can key in on the matching fields if you'd like. And there's the summary with the word Paris. The query syntax here is, really simple to parse. We're using a wildcard path to search all the fields and a text operator. And you can copy this and drop this into your application. You can also look at language-specific examples to drop into the language that your application is written in. So the usual suspects here, but I find this pretty helpful. Now that you have a sense of how to create an index and how to test an index out, let's create an index with the autocomplete data type and the autocomplete operator so you can see the type ahead features in MongoDB Atlas Search. So to do that, I'm going to use the visual editor again. I think it makes it easier to speak to. And I'll create autocomplete movies. You can see what it looks like on the movies collection in the sample influx database. We'll leave all of that, that's fine. And we'll add a field for title. And title here will have the autocomplete data type. Now, the mingram 2 is a little too small for most use cases, so I'm going to bump it up to 3. This means we'll issue a search query every time your users type 3 characters, 4 characters, and more until we get to 15. So we can also lower this one a bit. 3 to 7 sounds good to me. And the tokenization strategy here, EdgeGram, is really about left to right autocompletion. There's another tokenization strategy, Ngram, that's more widely used for languages that may not be left to right or don't have white space. But in this case, we're dealing with English and it should work just fine. We're also going to follow diacritics. Diacritics are these marks that you see above the letter E, umlaut for 4. It's going to strip that away to simplify the search use case. And in just a few minutes, we'll be able to query the autocomplete movies index and without even completing our thought. So I really love it. To do that, we're going to use the aggregation pipeline builder because at its heart, that's what Atlas Search uses. You can get all the power of the aggregation pipeline builder and Lucene in the same place. So to get there, you need to navigate to your collection. There's the namespace, and then click aggregation builder here. This is the same aggregation builder in Compass. I'm going to type in search. I'm going to drop in this autocomplete movies index. Now, pay attention to when I add the autocomplete operator. Before I can even search for the movie I want, we're going to see results for the word string. Boom. So the helicopter string quartet, 6-string samurai. Let's try to find Blades of Glory with 4 letters. Okay, so just after 4 characters, we're getting a ton of results back. So we can dig in and take a look here. And Black Hawk Down, Black on White. These aren't the movies I'm looking for. Let me add an E. Oh, this looks like Blades of Glory. Well, great. Now, if I wanted Blade of Kings, I could get to Blade of Kings really easily by specifying the year and filtering out all the documents that didn't match the year. So Blades of Glory was released in 2007. Blade of Kings is 2005. Let me show you how to use the compound operator. The compound operator works with 4 different clausal options. You can use should, must not, and filter. In this case, we're going to use filter to limit the documents returned only to the document that we want to see, which is Blade of Kings. It's a new movie for me. I've never seen it. I'm interested. And we're going to wrap this autocomplete query in a should clause. So we can still read it easily. And this filter, we'll use the range operator, which takes less than, greater than, or less than equal to, greater than equal to, in the path. So less than 2005, greater than 2000. Path here is year. Number, so I have to wrap this in quotes, string. Uh-oh. Here we are. You can see here, Blade of Kings. Now, with the aggregation pipeline builder, you can make it a little easier to read or reason about what's returned. I'm going to use good old $project. And I want to know what the search score is. So I'll do score. This is the score generated by Lucene. And there you have it. That's how you build with search and MongoDB Atlas Search. And if you need to put it in your application, you can export it right from the aggregation builder. If you have any questions about MongoDB Atlas Search or Lucene or MongoDB, my DMs are open on Twitter, and I love helping developers get started or do more advanced things. with the product. I look forward to seeing what you build with MongoDB Atlas Search.